Recently we were talking to our kids about deforestation in third world countries and what a bad thing this was. And they were curious about other ways of cooking in these countries without burning down or cutting down the trees. And so we thought we'd do a little experiment with a solar oven. This is the Global Sun solar oven, which is a real oven. This, you could actually really cook in this. This is not just some science experiment. So I thought I would make one of my classics for my single days, and this is whatever is in the refrigerator stew. And it consists of 1 can of any kind of cream of something soup, 1 envelope of one of those dried onion soup mixes, some meat, in this case about 1 pound of stew meat, and then whatever vegetables that I'd have around. In this case I had some potatoes, some celery, and some carrots. And in the past days I would even throw things like canned vegetables, whatever was around, just to kind of use it up. So here it is all mixed together, and it's in a Graniteware pot, a little covered pot here, and that came with the solar oven. And you want to use a pot that's dark because that will absorb more of the sun's energy, and this Graniteware is fairly thin, and you want that too because things don't burn in the solar oven, and that thinness will transmit the heat to the food a little more effectively and cook a little bit faster. So we thought we'd come up with some way to move the solar oven around the backyard, and it seemed like a good idea was a radio flyer wagon. So here the kids are getting ready to bring that out and to put the solar oven on it. The solar oven is now on the radio flyer. This actually turned out to be sort of a bad idea because at one point when I was trying to move it, I knocked the whole thing over, but it's a nice picture anyways. So here I am getting ready to point towards the sun. The pot's already in there, it's ready to go. This is another little shot here of the solar oven in action. And since the solar oven doesn't really require any sort of watching with the exception of pointing it towards the sun every half hour or so, we thought we'd go to the local park and the kids can enjoy themselves for a while because there's no worry about burning the food or any kind of fires or anything like that. So you can see that on this thermometer we got up to about 200 degrees. Actually we got up to about 250 degrees, and I was really operating the oven somewhat incorrectly, not really aiming it correctly. Supposedly this oven can get up to 350 or even 400 degrees if it's pointed properly. This is the end result. The stew, it was actually really cooked, and it took probably about 4 hours at that lower temperature, maybe 4.5 hours. And this is the plate up. I was serving dinner this night, which means that it's mostly paper and plastic, but you can see the stew looks very good with a piece of nice Italian bread. We had some little noodles on the bottom of there just to add a little bit of starch to this already starchy meal, and some fresh strawberries, and it was really quite a nice meal. So that's the end of the solar oven tale, and it really was enjoyable and fun, and the amazing thing is it really worked. By the way, the temperature today was about 81 degrees, and it was partly cloudy when I did this particular experiment. Bye.